Harvey Weinstein bought it.
Fred Durst painted the wall blue in the dining room.
I painted it blue.
I think the only time I've enjoyed pot was with you, so thank you for that. This was written out for me to say.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest, but you played a villainous pop star.
Wow, we're jumping right into...
Jennifer's Body.
Okay.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I need to ask you if you still remember the lyrics to Through the Trees.
Through the Trees.
No, keep singing.
I didn't sing it in the movie. I certainly can't sing it now.
I think you can.
I'll say it and you sing it. Through the trees, I will find you. Something, something.
I will heal. What?
I will heal what's inside you.
Ruins left
Inside you.
And I haven't listened to
I'm still breathing out. I'm still breathing out.
now?
Yeah, I'm still breathing now. That was always a difficult
It's Quiet Through the Trees.
one for me.
Why?
I'm a terrible singer. So, as you are not. So, in fact, I was like, I don't want to do this part because I can't sing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I can't sing. You should get a singer. I knew Jason Reitman. We knew Dan DeBecke before. Did you know Dan DeBecke?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to do it because I can't sing. And then I think they brought it up a few weeks later. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And then ironically, my favorite part was lip singing. Loved it.
Interesting.
Loved it. And there was a Blondie song in there, In the Flesh, called In the Flesh. It's kind of doo-woppy.
Yeah, of course.
That's cut, but like that, I like singing both, but that was a real fun one to like shimmy to.
Everything about that was fun. Was it the first time you played a villain?
No, I'd been on Smallville, you see, and I had telekinesis.
Lex Luthor.
No.
Oh, interesting. You played a villain in Smallville.
Let's go back. What's your middle name?
Michelle.
Great, didn't know it. Now I know. Do you remember, I don't specifically, do you remember when we first met? It probably was on that.
No.
Okay, I don't either.
No, but did you play Rock Band with us?
No. Would this be at like the Wilton Hilton?
Yeah.
No. I wasn't at the Wilton Hilton much. This was a sort of notorious...
Is it called Rock Band?
Like rock, Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero.
Yeah. That's where you play guitar, right? Not
yeah, but you're just still, yeah, we did that Dan Mason.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. I had a few friends that lived there. This was a notorious, not notorious.
I thought it was the Slutton.
No, that is the Sutton Place hotel in Vancouver.
Oh, did we meet at the Wilton House?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Wilton, they would call it the Wilton Hilton. But we probably didn't, but I'm just saying.
No, but I did. I spent many a night there. But you weren't, I don't remember you being there.
No, I wasn't
you were
much,
friends with
but I was
too?
friends with a few people that lived there.
Mae Whitman dragged me to that.
I see. I remember on Jennifer's Body, I wasn't in it much, so I was in and out of Vancouver a few times.
I feel like I remember you being there the whole time.
I remember, so you must have had the rental car, but like maybe Johnny Simmons, you and myself like drove to a beach?
Yep,
Okay.
and got high.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
too high
that.
to remember.
I remember being like, I don't know if I could do pot again, because I think I'm allergic to it, because I had some bad experiences, and I think I remember that experience being the most peaceful I had felt on pot. And that was probably the last time. So thank you, Adam Brody.
That you felt peaceful, or that you've gotten stoned?
That I felt peaceful getting stoned. No, but then I also think I might have also gotten stoned with you at your house that I now own.
I've never smoked pot, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, maybe it was your roommate, Chris Storer.
Yeah.
No,
he
shout out,
He definitely
Chris
didn't
Storer.
smoke pot, so it would have been me.
Oh, he doesn't?
It would have been me.
He didn't?
No.
Maybe
It was
the dog,
me.
maybe
It was.
the
I
dog
was
that
kidding.
smoking
It was
pot.
me.
Yeah, okay.
It was me.
It's illegal.
It was illegal then. It's legal now.
No, but I think the only time I've enjoyed pot was with you, so thank you for that. Wow. And you have an effect on people.
What a host.
Because look what's happening again. You're in a hit show, and like people are like, Adam Brody.
That's not. I don't think it's pot related, but.
No, it's just that you make people feel at ease. I do think that is a thing.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty self-deprecating in a lot of ways, but I think because, I don't want to say I'm like so crazy uncomfortable, but I'm pretty attuned to people's discomfort.
Yes.
So I think,
yes,
because I'm in touch with my own, I think. And so I don't think I'm a bad host in that way.
Do you also think that people probably most likely hate you?
No. Should I?
I still sometimes think that.
You think that?
That's like my default.
That's your default still, really?
I think it's less my default now. I think kids
Did you grow
punch
up with
things
that
out
thinking?
of. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Really low self-esteem?
Absolutely. The lowest.
Self-loathing?
No. I didn't hate myself. I just assumed everybody didn't have time for me.
It's different than hating you, but still.
No, but
And
that's
it hasn't changed.
No, it's totally changed. I think I have less time to give a shit because I have
Being a
kids.
parent changed that?
Because of being.
Yeah.
Because actually, there's actually really more important things to do. Because all the self-deprecating is just so self-involved that you realize you're like, oh, that's actually, it's funny to people and it makes it easier for me. But actually, I'm making it about me, and therefore, there's less room for everybody else.
We have a funny connection. You bought a house for me that I lived in for 5 years, and then you lived in for, I feel like at least that long. I don't know. And then
2010.
Yeah. And we were just talking about this lovely house in Hollywood.
Because you put it on the market, and I was like, oh, I love that house. Like everybody in our peer group loved that house.
Yeah,
like you hosted.
Very charming. It was charming, and it was a very charming house.
And you moved to the West Side for good at that point.
Then, no, I actually moved down the street. I couldn't afford it anymore.
Okay.
It's not the true. I could have afforded it if I was like, I'll do whatever job to pay for it. But I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to work for this. Like, let me, So I moved to a nice apartment building down there.
Oh yeah, I remember that apartment building. Yeah, I love that apartment building.
That was cool too.
People
but I didn't have many people over there. But because I was short, I didn't live there long.
But it was just, it's a beautiful, people always want to move in.
But this house was sort of center of Hollywood. And,
with
so
kids,
charming.
not so much. It was, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah, I wouldn't even kind of imagine having kids. It doesn't feel so unkid friendly.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just the neighborhood is, listen.
The neighborhood.
Yeah.
The house, I feel, would be
beautiful
okay.
Cape Cod. It's beautiful, and I love it, and I can't get rid of it. I can't.
It's so nice.
And it's that special, but there's a lot of.
We've done a lot of For Nobody Wants This. We have a base camp and a location right by there.
Where?
It's in one of the. I'll say it. It's one of the churches nearby.
Oh
It's like a base camp, but I drive by it all the time. It's not that church.
Okay.
But it's
No, I know the church you're talking about. Yeah.
And so.
There's a school in it too.
No, it's literally so there's that adorable church on the and then there's one a few blocks down that is more industrial, let's say. And anyways, so I've been thinking about it a lot lately because I've been driving by it a lot. Yeah.
The code still.
I don't think I remember it.
Oh, I think you do. I think you really thought about it.
I wonder if
your
funny.
Fingers know it.
Yeah, as I was going to say, I bet if I didn't think about it, I just did it.
It's like I don't know the code on my phone, but my fingers do.
Anytime I am thinking I don't know the directions or I'm not sure which way to go, I'm like, just don't overthink it.
Just
which way
close
does
your eyes
body
and
tell
then you
you?
drive.
And it's 90% of the time the right way.
So you're about to finish second season.
I'm about to finish second season, but I'm going to go back to you, over to you. Let's talk about your show for a second, if that's okay.
I didn't watch your show, but no, I'm kidding.
Because I just watched your
Everybody
show.
watched your show.
I literally finished it last night.
Everybody watched it. Thank you for cramming. Listen, we are talking about opposites.
Totally.
When it comes to genre and tone,
Totally.
vibe, everything.
I mean, yours is called Long Bright River, which is I was like, why is it called Long Bright River? And then in episode 8, it's revealed.
Oh, I'm so sorry you had to wait that long for that.
It's nice. It was nice. Sometimes it's nice to wait.
I will say thank you for watching it, and I know you had to. No, I'm kidding.
It was a joy. It was a joy and you know what's fun? I don't get to binge that often.
Okay,
It's
good.
fun to be absorbed in something.
You're like, I have to binge this.
I have to binge. I'm
everybody.
working.
3 bodies discovered in 4 days, similar demographics on the victims, and one of them might have been murdered. If there's a bad batch of something out there, then these girls need to know what it is.
You are truly phenomenal in it.
Thank you.
You are, every frame of it
It's mostly
is your face in pain. It's wild. It's a lot of heavy lifting. Was it
too heavy?
Was it? I was going to say, was it joyous? I mean, is that a joy for you? Do you take your work home with you?
No, I don't. I try not to. I will say that was the first time I had been away from the kids 5 days a week because I would stay, our days were so long, I'd stay in the city and then I'd go home on the weekends. And so the weekends were just chock full of I'm here for you kids. If I end up taking a nap accidentally, you can cuddle with me.
Yeah.
It wasn't ideal. It was only 4 months. I imagine
4
yours
months
was-
is long.
Yeah, I really.
4
hope
months
this
is long to
happening.
be in anything, but to be every frame of something
It
so
was a lot.
heavy,
It was
that's
a
a lot. That's a lot. Did you have like,
But there's levity on set because you
I was
find,
gonna
that's how
say,
you
of course.
survive.
yeah, I think that's how they survive in war, so I'm told.
Humor. Dick
did you-
pics?
dick
How do they
pics?
survive in war?
In wars, dick pics, yeah. They send each other dick pics. Did you have any palate cleansers like when you got home, or did you try to go on a vacation right after, or is you just like,
Oh, you think
back
I'm
home
gonna
and with
travel
your
with my kids?
Yeah.
The depths of hell. That's traveling with your kids. You know what I did after that? I went to effing Budapest.
Oh, wow. So,
I put Finn. You still remember Finn, right? Do you remember Finn?
No. But
Oh, no, you wouldn't know Finn.
Okay,
Finn was
good.
2010. My dog is 15 and a half.
Oh, no, it was a black dog?
No. And he,
Did you ever have a black dog?
I didn't.
Okay.
Actually, I did with a boyfriend, had a black dog. Anyway.
Okay.
We flew him and the whole family to Budapest, so there was no palate cleanser. I went straight to work on something else. But then I was done, so it's fine.
You flew your dog to Budapest?
With the whole family.
Is that logistically? I don't mean the flight, but I mean the paperwork. Budapest is like,
you know what?
whatever.
It's too much trauma, really. I just cut it out.
Okay.
But he came, and it was a very, very lovely experience for the family to get some culture, and that was nice for them. But it was also just like I was singing and dancing in a musical.
Oh, nice. What's the musical?
It's about this cult leader of the Shaker movement,
Is it
1770s.
Les Miserables, or is it more Book of Mormon?
It's radical. It's
Okay.
funny.
Cool, okay.
Because people are just end up being funny without them wanting to be funny.
Yeah,
they're just
great.
funny because they're
What's it called?
crazy. It's right now the title is The Testament of Anne Lee, but that was a slight palate cleanser too. So coming back to
Singing.
yeah, and it just was like a completely different experience from Long Bright River. So that's how I think actors survive. If they're going to work again, it has to be something completely different.
Yeah.
And radical.
Okay,
So,
Long Bright River still.
okay.
You're a producer on it. How?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask because there's a lot of different versions of that. There's a lot of different versions of producers.
Absolutely. Are you producing on Nobody Wants This?
Sometimes you're a producer because you collaborate with
Developed
the
it.
writer, you develop it, you go beg for money, you're in it through the edits, and sometimes you're a producer because like we don't have any more money to give you. Do you want to be a producer? And you're like, well, okay. And I guess 2 questions: which version were you, and also how did you come to be involved in it?
I was the kind of producer whose agent just negotiated a credit.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Vanity credit. I had the leadership role on set for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The number one is always
You set the tone,
you have to.
Can be nice.
Yeah. I really like it.
Yeah.
And if you have if you're a number 2 or number 3 and you have an asshole number 1, the show can just be.
Totally. It's also nice to I haven't been a lead on a series in a while, to be like, okay, we're all going to be here for a minute.
Yeah.
This is kind of the family. Let's really set the tone and let's get into a groove. And I'm going to be seeing you and you and you and you and you for a while now, maybe for years. And I enjoy that.
I got into it because my friend Catherine Pope, she works with Liz Merriweather, she produced The Dropout and she sent it to me and it was a beautiful book. And I was just like, okay, I'm ready for this. And the strike had just ended. What about you for Nobody Wants This? How long did you know about it? And how did you know?
I am friendly with Kristen Bell, and so I heard through the grapevine that she's doing a thing and was really recommending me for it. And so I'd heard about it for a while, and then a few months later it came my way officially. And then I agreed to do it, and then the strikes happened. I mean, listen, it was nice to know I had a job at the other end of it. And and I felt like it also did afford me some time to do some research.
Was it called Shiksa
It was.
at one point?
It was, which I liked a lot. But
I think it's a genius title.
Yeah, I do too. I actually am really happy we ended up where we ended up. I like the old one, but I really like the new
This
one
also
too.
makes a lot of sense. You see the neon sign behind them right away. And
Yeah, it's really worked out.
Doesn't it feel good to say it out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I'm cute. I like when people notice.
There you go. You are cute, I noticed.
Thank you. See, I know.
So you signed up for a series.
Yeah, but I only read 30 pages. And I had no idea what was going to happen, but I just thought, okay, well, it's Kristen. I met Aaron. I liked Aaron a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a charming 30 pages, and
And
what are you going to do?
We need romance and we need something.
Totally.
to talk
Although
about.
that's something that I love doing, and it's not something I had consciously avoided for years. It's just, it doesn't come, you would know, like it doesn't come your way that often, and so often if it does, it's not good, and they make less of it now in general, and I feel like I know, in general, the quality of what I'm making.
Yes.
I don't know the reception.
No.
But I kind of know where we're at, you know.
And you try not to care, but it's like, it kind of creeps in.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really nice when it works.
Oh my God.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
What a treat.
And what, is it Netflix?
Yeah.
I mean, just,
What a treat.
I just love working for them.
Is this a new thing for them?
No. I haven't worked for them in years, but like one of my closest friends in the universe is, in charge of all the shows. And Peter, and we're constantly trying to find something good, and everything that he does, he gets so excited about. He's like, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. And he was like, you have to watch this. And I watched it with everybody.
You said you have to watch this?
Yes, nobody wants this.
Nice.
And it's just like, of course, he's just proud of it. He like really,
nice.
he knows what's good, and he likes all genres, you have to. He's discerning, but he's like, he's smart. And this is a smart show. It's a special show. Tell me about like the importance of portraying that interfaith relationship, like especially now.
First of all, just love romance, comedy. Pure sort of dopamine, I think was like sorely needed in 2024. It's gonna be sorely needed in 25. I didn't realize, how sorely missed it was when we were filming it, a romantic comedy. In terms of interfaith, I mean, I think that it's relatable. I mean, so many people have come up to me being like, my wife's a shiksa, or I'm like, it's so many people's stories, but I also think it's a great stand-in for any differences, any differences in philosophy or culture or opinions. When you merge two individuals, the sort of growth and compromise that you have to navigate.
And the compromise is based on what your family want, not necessarily what you want, and also what your
family is all your
templates for things and certain faiths, and it's just it's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then I think right now is a particularly sensitive time for literally everyone, but certainly Jewish people, and I think this being a sort of safe celebratory space for it has been very well received.
You finally get to decide for yourself what's right and what's wrong. And I trust you won't make those decisions lightly because they can shape the rest of your life.
Long Bright River, your son on it is so good.
Oh my God.
He's amazing.
Yes.
He's amazing.
You know what it's like working with kids.
I don't. And I was gonna say, not really. I've worked with kids a little bit, but
could go either way.
Well, never as intimately as that. I've worked briefly and I've had a great experience, but I've never, so a few questions, just tell me about him. He's so great. And also, we're parents of similar age kids, and I haven't actually portrayed, again, in any really grounded, intimate way, a parent yet. And is that new for you? Have you done that before?
As soon as the people of Hollywood
they're like, your mom
understood that I popped something out of my body, they're like, you're a mom now.
Yeah.
And it comes with a lot of benefits. It's just, there's just richer roles.
Yeah.
And working with kids, I've worked with a lot of kids now, the last like 8 years since
funny.
my daughter was born. And Callum, he's just so present and so loves to work.
How old was he when you filmed it?
He was
8 in the show.
10. And so they age him up a little bit because then he can really read. My daughter just learned to read. So it's like he can read the scripts, he can read the sides. He's like totally there.
It's funny because he looks young.
He's just, and he's really short.
And I'm like, he's doing these scenes and he's saying complicated stuff and having levels and he's
he
getting real
ad-libs
arguments.
too.
Yeah. Oh wow.
He's just really, I recommend him highly. I got a text this morning from one of my ADs that I just love in New York, and she's like, "Can I send your number to the showrunner because she really wants to hire him?" But he's like, there are a few people in the mix, and I was like, I would heap a ton of praise because you're in a professional working environment. You're with a lot of adults who want to go home at night, and you don't want anybody to get in the way of the momentum and the flow of a set. And kids and animals can sometimes be there unpredictable, which is perfectly natural. But he brought such magic.
Daddy was mad that I called him.
No, he wasn't mad. He was just worried. That's why we can't just call him like that.
It was very fun. We had a lot of inside jokes.
Aw.
And my daughter was very enamored by him. And she was
Yeah?
on set. And yeah, it was, oh,
Is that weird for her or not at all?
No.
She loved it.
She loves to come to set. She loves to be a
But she
part
loved
of
like,
it.
oh, you're his mom?
Yeah, she gets it. She's totally, yeah. She's smart.
Can I ask you
Wait, you have an incredible niece in this.
I barely work with her. She's fantastic.
I mean, that
Actually, I got to
episode
work with her.
for her bat mitzvah.
Yeah. I wish I got
She's
to work
so
with her.
wonderful.
Yeah, Shiloh's her name. Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And Tim Simons.
Simons.
I mean, we all know him.
I work with such a funny, warm cast, and it truly is so. You get older, and you're like, oh, I want to be friends with. I met someone. I want to be friends, but like, I am a parent. Unless like we're working, it's hard to like make and keep new friends in any. Like to. Well, I guess we'll try and schedule a lunch once a week or once a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, all to say, I'm very happy to be tethered to these people now for a minute or a while. It's
12 hours a day.
Yeah. It's a really nice reason to have to get together with this like great group of people.
Are you more collaborative now that you're in the second season? Like, do you have your own
I would almost say
ideas?
less in a way that only because I think the first season it was also in flux that we were like finding it together. And now it's not that we're not as collaborative, it's like we kind of know more what we're doing, so the die is a little more cast and there's a little less to discuss. And Kristen, 80% of my scenes are with her, and like what a fun and upbeat and collaborative scene partner
funny.
I always feel. She's so funny, she's so talented.
But so are you. So
And
it's like
I
that's gonna work.
If I have an idea, she is completely hearing me out, and I can mostly, and like, best idea wins for both of us, and like, let's, find it together.
So that's
And it's
safe.
been great, so safe, great dance partner.
You can get wacky.
Yeah.
It is wacky, like just through reaction. Like, are you ad-libbing?
I'm ad-libbing a bit.
Yeah. I can tell.
It's kind of nice, because I don't want to say it's like easy, but in a way it's like, I can ad-lib when I want, or whatever, they give me some jokes, and at the same time, I don't have the responsibility of, I can also like I'll just ground it, and then you guys have to be funny,
Yeah.
So it's like a very comfortable place to sit in.
Nobody has to be the straight guy on this show.
Nobody has to be the straight guy. If there is one, it's me, but
Yeah.
not totally. You can like plant your feet and do a grounded kind of emotional scene, and then you can get really silly too. Like I said, it's just a very comfortable space to live in.
How did you get to the parking lot faster than she did?
I ran. I said I ran in it.
I know, but that far? That fast?
You don't know how far it is.
Did you cheat?
I sprinted.
Did you take a lime?
That's a good. That'd be funny if I was on.
I think
a
you
lime.
did.
Yeah, if I took a lime, I think we would have used the lime.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, I ran. That was actually a collaboration. Discussing that. That was.
It was so much responsibility shooting the final scene of a series.
Yeah, and it was and it wasn't, because in some ways I feel more responsibility now that we have an audience and people are waiting. At the time, you're like, nothing feels like you're, maybe somebody will see. I want it to work well, but you're doing it in a vacuum, and it doesn't. You want it to land, but it doesn't feel that important. Missed the shuttle. Had to run.
I told you not to follow me.
But you didn't mean it?
Remember when you played an iconic teenage character?
In my 20s? You were probably not in your 20s when you did Mean Girls, right?
I was 17.
That's cooler.
Yeah, it was the perfect age for that. Except my
was,
mom had to live with me.
Yeah, I was that Steve Buscemi meme,
No, you weren't that old. Are you kidding? The people from 90210 were in their 30s.
They weren't. Only one of them was. Sort of had a receding hairline, so we got all the shit.
You started the OC when you were how old?
23.
23 to what?
27.
Only 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quick.
Are you still in touch with
I am in touch.
Ben?
Little bit of Ben.
Misha.
Misha every day. No, mostly Josh, who created the show.
Okay,
Who was really
okay.
only a few years older than myself.
Right.
It's funny because he was 26 at the time, and it was like, people are like, he's the youngest showrunner in history. And I'm like, whatever, he's old. But he's very young. He was very young.
What's his last name?
Schwartz.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh God, yes.
Created by Josh.
Oh my God, yes.
So am I in touch? A little bit with him the most, followed by Ben and occasionally Rachel.
Right.
And,
Crazy.
you know, is it?
Has it
What's
been,
crazy about it?
how old are you now?
45.
God.
So it's just crazy how old I am and how long it's been.
No, how long it's been, like for all of us.
yeah.
It's just like,
Well, I don't know.
We still look 24,
Have
you know?
That's what's so crazy. Have you rewatched Mean Girls?
No, I haven't. It's on often enough though. And you know what? I love it. I really love seeing my face on people's t-shirts.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm a little resentful because Paramount still owes me some money.
Oh yeah.
But
For the t-shirts? Or for the
likeness of every store sells Mean Girls t-shirts with our faces on photographs. And I'm like, is it because I was 17 and dumb, or is it just that you know what I mean? But I love it. Like even the girl at TSA, Mean Girls, my favorite movie. And I'm like, great.
Nice.
I was 7, I had nothing to do with it.
And you've had even more success. We haven't really seen each other in a decade. Do you remember the last time we saw each other? I think it was probably the Lovelace premiere.
Oh my God.
You know?
Remember when we did Lovelace and I gave you a blowjob?
Like an iconic blowjob.
An iconic blowjob, and you had to do the iconic
TV titular.
Why didn't we start with that?
I know. Well, maybe we can.
Remember that movie? That was wacky.
That was wacky.
Whole
Probably
thing
more
was-
for you. I was there for a minute, but it was
But
interesting.
you understood the tone. All the guys, I just ran into Hank Azaria.
Oh, yeah?
On the Amtrak, I think.
Like on a train? I guess.
Yeah, I
that's
think
what Amtrak
we
is.
were on the Amtrak. Yep, going to Philly.
The Amtrak.
The
Or is
one.
that what you call it on the East
The
Coast?
Amtrak.
Like,
Amtrak.
I see.
Well, maybe
like the
maybe
405.
that's me. The 405. It might just be me. Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not. Yeah, I don't think other people say that. Fuck. But that was fun, and
Did you get me that job?
maybe.
I felt like you recommended me for it.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
Somebody fell out or something. I don't know.
No, I don't remember any. No, I mean, come on. It's a very iconic person. We've seen the video. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm sure I wasn't the first choice.
I'm sure you were.
Doubt it.
Oh, I
2010?
See, I don't know. Was that 2010?
I'm just ballparking it.
Oh,
No, maybe, no, probably later.
No, it was definitely probably 2010. It's
2012,
fine. Finn was
2013.
around. Finn was around.
Okay.
You know, when I think about movies, I think about who I was dating at the time.
Yeah.
That's how I go. You do the same thing?
What do I do? What do I do to place a movie? No, I just go, the OC was 2003. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
23.
Oh.
And then my parents were this age. I'm older than that parent. I'm almost as old as that parent. I'm
Right,
older
yes.
than that parent. I just age myself now as the parents of the parents in the OC.
I know. You know what? 2003 was actually the year that I graduated and did Mean Girls. And so 2003 was the year that you started the OC. So we both had these pivotal career
Yeah.
moments. And then you became kind of like a pop star overnight. So I can't imagine that was easy.
It was.
It was?
Yeah.
Were you single at the time?
No. I know it sounds weird, but that's almost probably why it was easy in the sense
Okay.
that we were in a bubble. It was pre-social media. I can't imagine it now. Now seems
No,
like an
I
incredible responsibility where you could fuck your whole life up in 1 second.
Yep.
Also, I'm really
Everybody's watching.
impressed and proud with some of these kids who have this awesome responsibility,
Yeah.
have these huge platforms, and some of them are brave and do what's right.
I think that doing what's right is just hiding in a.
Well,
bunker.
that's safer,
It's safe, but I feel bad.
but at the time it was easy. I didn't feel mobbed. I didn't feel pressure. I really didn't. I was
Yeah, good.
it's kind of no different to me. We work in Manhattan Beach, and I don't
true.
see anyone. I don't
Yeah.
know. It just there were
Did you
moments.
live there?
No, I probably should have, but I didn't. No, we lived in Hollywood. For the end of it, I lived in that house in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
That's
That was the end of
that was
it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 2007, maybe
God.
2006.
Right.
And then I lived there for 5 years. So then
Oh
you
my
would have
God.
bought it in
2010.
because I remember the economy kind of, it was the bubble,
Oh, yeah.
it was that. So I sold it for less than I bought it for.
Yes, I remember.
But all I did was I got out of it with I just didn't owe any money on it. You know what I mean? I was like,
Fine,
all right, no
yes.
harm, no foul. I'm walking away clean and fine.
Somebody good had to buy that house. It was
And
special.
do you know who I bought it from? No,
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, and do you know who Fred Durst bought it from?
No.
I think either Lauren Graham or Simon Hall. Simon Hall is the husband of Matt Bomer.
Okay.
Fred Durst painted the wall blue, and then you kept it in the dining room.
I painted it blue.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You painted the dining room blue? What were you thinking? Oh, you were
I was
high.
like fucking 10 years old.
You were high.
I was high and I was 10 years old. It's
But
kind
one
of,
wall?
Listen, can we just admit too, like, in
One
terms
wall?
of how
was the whole thing.
awesome was it? How insane, how out of touch, how privileged.
How
to be able
privileged.
to buy a nice house.
Yeah, beautiful
at
house.
27?
Yes.
I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
But yes, and I bought some of the furniture, just a few things, like a big mirror and a cool couch.
Leather couch. Gorgeous.
I saw Fred Durst. I always was like, I wanted to tell him, like, because I didn't know him. I was like, I'm going to tell him, like, I bought that.
Was there a plastic bag utilized?
Plastic bag. In the pot? Yes. Yes.
Flashes of memory.
Yes.
Genius.
It was
Genius.
an early version of like a vaporizer. I'm sure it gives you much more cancer than just smoking a fucking joint.
I don't know. I think it was genius.
No, it was bad. And when I think about like healthy, like things like health fails in my life, I'm
Yeah.
like, a couple years on that wasn't good.
Whatever. You know, you have the house. You're living your life. You got the dogs running around. Chris.
Chris has had so happy, so proud of him.
Yes. It's fucking great.
But I saw Fred Durst somewhere. I was like, dude, I just want to say, like, I live in your house, and he's like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, well, never mind. Had that couch forever. Loved that couch. Lost that couch a few months ago.
I'm
but like, I had that
so
couch.
sorry.
I had that couch. That was a forever couch. I loved it. It's funny because my wife never really she's like, it's okay, but I'm like, no, it's forever. I love it.
Well, it came with you. It's like an emotional support couch.
I just thought it. I mean, sure.
Made a lot of
I
noise,
just
though.
kind of was like, it just brings the hell out of every room. It's so great.
It does look gorgeous.
It's
in
like the
pictures.
least douchey leather. It's a leather couch, which sounds terrible.
No, it doesn't. It was
awesome.
just old school.
Yeah. Is this about couches? Is this what this is about?
I love
Okay.
couches.
We would end with some of your iconic poetry of Diablo, Cody, and Jennifer's Body. Would that be cool?
Oh, yeah. Through the trees. It's not on the market, but I would sell it back to Adam.
Okay.
What's up, Vagisil?
Say it again.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. Say we're doing Diablo Cody's poetry. Say it again.
Oh, we are
just saying.
reiterating, we're
Yeah.
celebrating her Diablo Cody's poetry. What's up, Vagisil?
Oh, what's up?
Do you know what Vagisil is?
Something for the vagina?
Yeah.
Yeast infection?
Yep. What's up, Vagisil?
I think it's important to reach out to our fans in the shitty areas too. You know, I think it's really important sometimes to try and connect with our fans in the shitty areas too.
Your character's really funny. Remember Chris Pratt was in it?
Yeah.
Where is that guy now?
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. I hope he's all right.
I'm sure he landed on his feet.
I'm kind of the shit. I don't remember saying that. I'm kind of the shit.
Hey, do you want to be working at the Moose Cafe all your life? Or do you want to be rich and famous, like the guy from Maroon 5? Do you want to be rich and awesome, like that guy from Maroon 5? I mean, truthfully, what do I do in that movie? I sing twice.
It's
I
so
talk to you
good.
guys briefly.
Yeah.
And then I kind of have a monologue. To
And then you
her
murder
in
her
the woods.
brutally.
Yes.
We're making another one.
I heard that. What can you
Are you
tell
going to
me?
do it?
I certainly wasn't contacted. I died, so
You did die.
yeah, I died.
But so did Megan. And I'm not doing it without her.
There's supernatural elements at play, so there's any
Yeah.
reason I have to say, as much as I would want to, it feels very tangential to
Not if you played the devil.
if I played
That would
the
be
devil.
amazing.
I don't know, is there a devil in it?
Shooting out of the... No, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, okay.
I know Mason was like, you want to do this? And I was like, whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, if you make this, I'll come.
Is Karin gonna direct it?
I don't know, but we've been trying to work together for years.
She's so talented. I remember when I first saw it at a screening, and like before it was out, I was like, this movie's awesome and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I know.
I actually haven't seen it in
I haven't
15 years.
Neither.
You know, I'm so happy it's taken on this life.
Same as Mean Girls. It's just like if someone appreciates it to make it kind of like a
Yeah.
cult classic, it's just cool because there's conversation to be had still around it, right?
Yeah.
It feels like a mini celebration every time someone brings it up.
Yeah.
It
There's
was
just something to me when something kind of comes back from the dead a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it
You
did.
know, it's extra touching, extra satisfying.
just like your character.
It's like my
You know what
character
this
in
is
Mean
for?
Girls,
Huh?
or no, in Jennifer's Body to, what's the subheading?
Needy's body.
Needy's body.
You know what this is for, huh? It's for cutting boxes.
You know what this is for? It's for cutting boxes.
I think that's a vagina joke,
Yeah.
but I
In
didn't.
all the vagina lines. Did you say it?
I said that to her when I crossed out
On her chest?
on her belly, and that's
Maybe you were
not
just
her
like
vagina.
calling her a big pussy, you know?
So many meanings, so little time.
We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of, what's your name again, Tiffany?
We come here tonight to sacrifice the body of...
What's your name again, Tiffany?
I'm acting it out a little. You're not really, you should act it out.
Through the trees. I mean, she's actually evil, not high school evil.
No, I mean, she's actually evil, not high school evil.
That's exactly right. Like, she's satanic. She's not like just a bitch in high school. She's like really fucking evil, which makes all the sense in the world. It just, she gets it. Diablo gets it.
I say, I'm in survival mode right now, and I want us to get to a familiar place. And right now, I feel like that's my van.
This is one of the best moments actually for you. You know, I'm just it's conversational. There's a bar burning in the background.
I'm in survival mode right now, and I want us to get to a familiar place. And right now, I feel like that's my van.
It's nice to hear you say that that's a nice line, because I really wasn't obnoxious. I really don't think. But I came into that, and I was like, okay, I want to do it. I have a few lines I want to add. You know, like I did, like there's probably a moment of improv, but I also just like came into like a meeting with Diablo. Like I wrote a few like alts that I want to say. And hands down, I think those are the worst lines that my character says, you know? And I think this
I don't
might be one of them,
I
but
don't think
I
it's-
like
I think it's
that.
perfect.
I like that we like this one. It
Because-
helps that there's a burning building beside.
It sets you apart from a normal person.
Sure. This is a similar line.
What?
Listen, it's really dangerous out there. Do you want to head someplace safer, like my van?
Listen, it's really dangerous out here. You want to head someplace safer, like my van?
You say it twice, don't you?
Okay. I mean, it's on two different
You
cards.
know what we're gonna do? We're gonna
Watch it.
watch it. Just do a celebrate
To raise money for
to raise money for the next one.
vaginal stuff.
I've been through the occult section of the library 5 times. It's really small.
I've been through the occult section at the library 5 times.
It would be
I
small.
notice we don't have
it's
these
so
for
niche.
Lovelace.
Oh my God! Did I ever tell you the efforts I had to do on Lovelace in ADR?
Oh my God.
They gave me a popsicle.
I mean, it makes sense.
I knew
But
what to
holy
expect, and the
shit.
boys were in the booth like. We had 2 directors.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's just funny.
How do you feel about that movie in retrospect?
In retrospect,
How do you feel about it then, and how do you feel about it now?
I felt like it was the perfect opportunity, and I felt like it was directed really well.
I really liked them.
I really like them. Yeah, that was great. I had a great experience. I needed to go outside of my comfort zone in order. I felt like it was a move towards attracting some kind of level of respect for skill. You know, I didn't care about the reception as much as just changing the idea of people, what people had of me in the business. You know, it's just so easy to get pigeonholed. So that was just a very deliberate attempt to be like, no, over here. So it worked for me internally and externally. I think it did work. But also, it's an indie. It's made with love and care, and people saw it. And
Was it shot on film? Do you remember? I feel like it looks like it was shot on film. I don't know.
yes. You know what, though? I had a moment at Sundance with the movie. I had a lot of moments at Sundance.
Yeah. How do you keep them all
Did
straight?
you?
Yeah. I remember
Sundance.
Harvey Weinstein bought it.
Yes. That's the moment. We were all there, right?
He was like an after party, and and I don't know.
But
You tell me.
I remember
'cause-
it being like, seeing him drive away. This is pre
Yeah, sure.
everybody admitting that he was the way everybody
yeah.
knew he was. But
I knew he was scary, but I actually didn't know.
To the
I
extent- I didn't know the extent.
know. I hadn't heard anything sexual, but I wouldn't have.
I had heard like
You had.
few rumors.
I see.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in a car, and I'm like, Harvey. I was getting him in a car. Oh, so stupid. Slow motion. He's like rolling down his window, and I'm like, "Are you gonna come to Lovelace tomorrow?" He's like, "I'm supposed to fly out in the morning. When is it?" And I was like, "It's at boop boop boop." And he was like, "I'll make it there." And I was like, "He's gonna come." And then I looked to Abby, my agent, who's still my agent, of course.
I remember her.
She was like, "Oh my God, Minji, that's so great." And then he came, he showed up, he's like, "I bought it." and I gave him the biggest hug, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And it was actually his brother's company called Radius, who just fucking trashed it and like threw it away and didn't do anything with it. And that's fine, but it was just the excitement with which the whole room was just buzzing and I gave him the biggest hug. And I'm Harvey bought it, and he was like the big papa of the room, and you're like, but it's just the way it was. We all needed him to want our project. If it was an indie, because that meant it was gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, wild. I remember him at the party. Yeah, what is he doing?
So fucked up. You remember him what?
No, I don't know. I remember him like bouncing around the party a bit and like the whisper, he's behind it, but that's sort of it. I didn't get to hug him.
Hollywood's a safer place.
It is.
Well, because it was
Don't you
such
think
it is because it was such a, like, he was like the dictator kind of.
He set the tone.
He set the
was
tone,
the
and
number one.
people were scared of him. And if people are scared of somebody, the right things don't happen.
I think it's safer
in general.
For a lot of reasons.
Well, intimacy coordinators have made a massive change.
Fuck yeah.
It's insane.
I think it's great. I think it's wild and when you think like it was like to not have that, it's crazy to just.
I mean, and there's so much. The good thing about Long Bright River is like I have one little moment where I kiss somebody, but you have to you and Kristen have to do it a lot, and it's just like.
Well, I feel like it's pretty tame.
I guess I'm just not used to it. I haven't done it in a while, and I'm just
We were talking about this. Kristen and I were laughing about this on set yesterday, but Kristen and I did her show House of Lies 15 years ago. No, her daughter is 11, so when she was 8 months pregnant and we had a sex scene. But she's not pregnant in the show, so we're kind of having sex, hiding it, and then that wasn't even the most awkward part for me. That was actually okay, because she's
so easy.
She's so easy.
Yeah.
But then she left, and for the wide shot, then I don't know.
Oh no,
her young stand-in comes in, and we're both like, hi, how are you?
Oh no,
have to look at each other as we
unacceptable.
And that was weird, but
that wouldn't.
That's the biz.
That
baby.
wouldn't. Yeah, but no. I just the next time I have something like that, I just don't know if I could. I'm just too shy now. I've become shy. I had hurt my back, and I had to do a scene where the last movie I did, where that guy, one of the actors, had to be, and I had to be bored, so it wasn't sexy. Thank God there was this board between us, so it wasn't even weird. It was weird, and it wasn't uncomfortable. It was just weird.
There was a board for your back?
A board between us, so he was just hitting the board, and I was just because I had really tweaked my neck in a way where they actually had to send me home.
Yeah.
I was doing a scene where I had to find my daughter possibly dead in a bathtub.
Yeah, wow.
So
it's a cool way to do it. It's better than putting it on your. I literally threw my back out buckling a belt once. So that's better. That's cooler.
I have one more thing to say to you.
Yes.
Bye.
See you later.
Well,
see you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Really haven't changed a bit.
Either of you.
Okay, good.
I don't think we would.
No, we're not the type.
We're not the type.